Hello, everybody. Let me get everything situated. We've got a slightly different playlist tonight than my normal writing streams, just because some stuff happened, and I'll go into that more in detail in a little bit. Okay. Okay, get that. That. Okay. Okay. Hey, Silva. Let me just let people know that I'm live. What is... Okay. Let people live. What is... Hold on. Alright. Oh, I was letting people know that I'm live, and let me get everything booted up. There we go. Hold on. Ba ba da ba da. Oh, of course, my friend responds to my tweet, no, my Twitter message. Ba ba da ba da. Let me guess. Oh my gosh. Ah. All right. Of course, my model is doing weird stuff again. There we go. Cool. Let me get all of this. Let me see. I'm trying to see, because something happened where I keep getting this message on Discord that something called reactive images is trying to access my account, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it might be something that I used previously, but I just have forgotten. And I just don't know. It is something that I have bookmarked before. Log in with Discord. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, I set this up whenever I did my, why did it disconnect? That's weird. So, reactive images was this thing I set up in order to do my collab with Hero Girls. And for some reason, it just started messaging me being like, hey, we want to reconnect to your account. And I'm like, I don't remember it disconnecting. That's really bizarre. And of course, as soon as I go live, my friend responds to my Twitter message, and I want to like pay attention to and respond to that. Okay. Hey Nabiru, how was Pathfinder on Friday? Good. I should hope so, since you abandoned us for it. I'm kidding. I'm teasing. It's good that you're having fun and you're getting to play. It's definitely exciting. uh, but yeah, power of brick saving everyone. Oh, did you save your team with a brick? Save them with the power. No enemy escapes my team member's brick throwing skill. Playlist is a little different than the one I normally use for writing streams. We're not doing Lo-Fi Girl tonight because apparently, like, I can't, like, there's some kind of error with, like, the copyright ID system. I didn't get a strike or anything, but I got, like, one of my last stream got flagged and they're like, you can't monetize, which I'm like, fine, I'm not monetized anyway, right? But, like, it was just kind of frustrating because I thought that Lo-Fi Girl stuff was safe, and I've been using Lo-Fi Girl stuff for a while. And then when I look on the YouTube studio page, it says copyrighted content found. The user allows their copyrighted content to be used on YouTube. So I thought that it was fine, right? User allows stuff to be used on YouTube. They recognize it. Cool, fine, whatever, what have you. And then I get an email on Friday night, Saturday morning, saying the video is ineligible for monetization. And I'm like, that's the first time I've gotten that email before. Well, I haven't. It's the first time I've gotten that email since, like, way back when I did the star writer or captain of Acadius. It was a visual novel mech strategy game. And my first video of that got flagged, and I'm like, and this is before I understood how copyright worked. And I was like, I bought the game, I should be able to stream it. Like, what? And I tried fighting it. They're like, no, that's copyrighted. And for whatever reason, the people who made the main theme of that game, oh, let me look it up. Now it's gonna bug me. They copyrighted the song, so you can't stream the song without, like, muting the music somehow. Look at it. It's called Sunrider Mask of Arcadius. Yeah, that game, for whatever reason, the makers of the musicians for the main theme have it copyrighted, so you can't stream it. And I'm like, well, rip that. So I never finished that. Dealing more damage than me, a paladin with high strength and athletics. That's funny. Tabletop games are strange like that, you know? So, my Sunday Lancer game, I kind of went down a rabbit hole, and, like, I kind of follow the rule that I do what the most interesting thing is a lot of times, right? And my players usually they're really good sports, and they're normally good with, like, encouraging and going along with stuff. And it was established in the lore of the game that this one iconic moment from early in the campaign, someone got a picture of it in campaign and, like, spread it on the OmniNet, and it became a meme and got popular, and I just used that as, like, it went viral and became a meme and became a meme format and all that stuff, and I just kind of ran with it right before, and it had been kind of a thing to tease one of the characters who's, like, isn't used to attention and can't understand that people would like her, but then seeing that, like, people, like, just love the meme, and that kind of internet popularity is just, like, crazy, right? but I didn't do a whole lot with it. I had like one character recognize her, and they haven't really put themselves in situations where they'd be recognized. So I haven't done a whole lot with it. I've kind of just left it alone. And then in last night's session, one of the players was like, so when we get back to the ship, I'm going to do such and such thing. And then I'm going to boot up the OmniNet and start searching the stuff about the viral meme. And I'm like, okay, so we're doing this again, right? I'm thinking that player wants to like make this more into the lore, so I want to run with it. And he says, are there any lookalikes for this character? Like anyone like cosplaying this character? And then I'm like, I really thought about it. And the players are tier 3, right? They are almost as powerful as you can get as a Lancer. They are capable. They are forces of nature, and they have moved and shaken. They are movers and shakers of existence, right? They would be famous. Someone would know about them for what they have done, right? There is social media. They would be popular. And so we just kind of ran with it, and we were all just running down this rabbit hole. And one of the players wasn't feeling well, so they weren't there. They left the game early. So like they weren't there. They were just seeing when we were posting stuff on Discord about like reacting to it while we were all in voice chat. And it just kind of spiraled, and we were kind of just like, it became like the Ouroboros, that snake that keeps eating its own tail. I think that's the mythological creature. Snake that eats its own tail. Eats itself. Ouroboros, yes. Okay, cool. We all became that, the two players and me became that Ouroboros, where we were feeding into each other, and as we were doing it, we were just delving deeper and deeper and leaning into how silly this was. And it was so silly, and I ran with it. And I ran with it because they were in the moment. And I was like, yes, your characters are famous. In an age of social media, there are people that are that like look up to you. There's like blurry images, rumors about you, and there are people that try to cosplay to look like you, because that's when you know you've made it, when people are like trying to dress like you. And like the other characters were like, oh, this is funny, or like comparing how close some of them got, and kind of just like in the moment, right? The third player, when they found out, they ended up, when they were feeling better, hopping back in the voice call, and they're like, what? This is, my character is going to go nuts when they find this out. And like, I tried to do something silly for each of them, just to be kind of funny. And they all were in the moment. And it was just really funny, the thought of like, what would it be like for high level characters who've like fought gods and done some like big high level stuff in a universe where social media exists, and people are going to like try to imitate you, going to write fan fiction about you, going to like, there's going to be community about it. And it was this fun thought exercise, because like I told the players, like when I thought about it, I'm like, I think this makes sense, because it's like they are tier 3, which means they are the equivalent of like level 15 to 17 characters in D&D, right? They're at the beginning of tier 3, and They have freed one planet from they have freed one planet from a family of a multifaceted family of pirates that had installed themselves as would-be rulers. They had found a rogue planet with engines mounted on it that they flew through space and delivered and handed over to this other organization. And were like, here's a planet. It was a whole thing, and I'm like, they are heroes of the realm. Just trying to see if thought I saw something. Sorry, I was getting distracted and checking stuff. But yeah, so it was really funny how that all played out in the session, right? And like, the reason why we're doing a writing stream instead of a gaming stream is because I did not get my writing done today. And it's kind of like no dessert if you don't eat your vegetables kind of thing, right? And I'm just like, I knew I needed to get some writing done, right? Because I'm kind of falling behind. And I don't know how far behind I am. I haven't stopped to look at it. And it was like, I went for a walk to get food today, which was nice, right? And I sat down at the computer, ate my food, and I was like, okay, I'm going to boot up my computer. And I'm going to get my writing done. And the original plan was do my writing, right? Get caught up, and then do a gaming stream, do some Zoid Saga DS tonight, right? But then I was on the Zoids Discord and I saw that was it Sir Phobos, who's a Zoids content creator and collector, had put another video up and shared it in the Zoids Discord. And so I went and looked at that, and that got me looking at the rest of, and the thing is, he posts videos on TikTok. Some of his stuff is on YouTube. I don't know if all of his stuff's on YouTube, but like he's mainly does TikTok stuff. So like, I was exploring TikTok, and I've never like done TikTok, right? But then I saw he had a whole playlist of these skits he did with these primarily done with these Zoids model kits, but they aren't regular Zoids model kits. They're called D-style Zoids model kits. They're like super deformed. They've got like big heads and really tiny bodies, and they're chibis essentially, and they're chibi Zoids. And he has this collection of these chibi Zoids that are really posable, and then he uses them not in stop motion, but kind of just like meme format in order to make these short skits using audio from different like series and memes and stuff, and like or sometimes music with like really, you know, they're memes with like with this really funny text involved. And I just got involved with the playlist of just going back and watching all of the Zoids memes. And Next thing I knew, right, 2 hours had passed by, and I had been going through the Zoid skits playlist, and I hadn't reached the end of it. And and the 2 hours that I was going to dedicate to writing just got consumed by TikTok, and I'm like, whoa, oh, TikTok's dangerous. And that happened, so right. And then it was time for me to get ready, and I'm like, well, I didn't get my writing done, so I guess we're doing that on stream tonight. Let's see. Okay. So, if we get enough writing done tonight, which we're going to be starting writing here soon, if we get enough writing done tonight, might do a little bit of gaming towards the end for the last little bit. We'll see. We'll see. I'm leaving that open. I'm leaving that possibility open. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Oh, goodness. Stuff's getting spicy. I got distracted by Twitter. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just reading something. It's kind of spicy. Someone is posting some stuff about some war stuff in the Middle East, and it got it was like someone made a bingo card of this stuff relating to like current events, and I just thought some of it was really interesting. I check on Twitter and Facebook whenever I start stream to see if there's anything cool to talk about before we get into the actual meat of the stream. But all right. Okay, that was kind of funny. All right, so it's funny. I did this thing where I saw this meme that said having an online persona is kind of funny because you post about something like twice and suddenly that's what you're known for. You post about cheese a couple times and suddenly you're the cheese mutual. And somebody said, okay, new ask game, what mutual am I? And I shared it. And I was expecting people to say like Mecha Fanboy Mutual, or something like that. The only response I got was someone said I was their Lancer. I was their Lancer mutual. I'm their friend who talks about Lancer. And I don't even feel like I talk about Lancer that much. Sometimes I'll share funny stories or things related to my Lancer game, my Sunday Lancer game. But like actually talking about Lancer related content is not something I feel like I do a whole lot, which is why it was really funny to me. And like I've been kind of leaning into this cross section of like all the things that I'm really interested in, and then funneling them into Lancer. I was talking to Okusen last night / this morning, and they were talking about wanting to put some Super Metroid stuff into Lancer, and like we were talking about like design processes, and I'm not super into Metroid, and I don't really like, I know theoretically I could research Metroid and probably design some stuff for Lancer to put Super Metroid and all that stuff type thing in Lancer, but like I'm content to really be into Zoids right now. Speaking of which, let's get to the writing. Let's get to the adventure of tonight's stream. With the power of the Godos. The Godos named Godo. Okay. Got that. Let's get rolling. Go. Got that situated so I can keep track of chat if somebody pops in chat and says something. Now, before anyone says, as far as I'm aware, the name of this character is completely nonsensical. The main character I named Mott, M-A-W-T, which is a kind of Romanization, like Englishifying the Arabic word for death. The character is not Arabic. And I am not trying to claim that that's an Arabic name. I am just saying that is, in this far-flung future on another planet, some little bits and pieces of culture kind of like slid into place. And now that I'm thinking about it, because of the plot twist that happens halfway through where he finds out that the wild Zoid he's delivering is going to have to die, it kind of is funny that it leads into that. So where are we in the story? We're at the start of chapter 3, and let me get all of this. Let me get my notes. So chapter 1 sets up the world, introduces actually, what did I want to do? Let me check my notes real quick. Okay. So I kind of revealed and like hinted at like his past, which I'll delve into more once we get to chapter 8. Which is kind of a weird, which chapter 8 is going to be a weird plot twist because it's a plot twist for the reader, but the main character has known it all along. So it's not really throwing a wrench in the main character stuff. It's just forcing the main character to confront the situation of the whole thing with his ex-wife. And so he does this whole thing where he frees this wild Zoid that he finds in a tube, right? And as he's trying to get it up and moving, it starts to move, and then it connects to his mind, and he starts to feel what it feels and hear what it's thinking, but it has this very simplistic, animalistic mind, right? And it starts to hear what he's thinking and feel what he's feeling. So we end chapter 2 with him going through this whole thing and discovering that that he's mentally connected to the Zoid. But then you end chapter 2 with this line of, he thought as he felt panic rising up in his throat. He's starting to panic because he doesn't know all of what's going on. And then chapter 3 starts with him panicking. But I started trying to write this scene, but I realized I was going really over the top, and I need to give some kind of an explanation as to why he's panicking, which would require me, the author, to know why he's panicking for any reason besides plot convenience. So why would he be panicking? He's panicking because he doesn't want to be like, he doesn't want to be some kind of like test subject. He doesn't know if it's going to start taking over. He doesn't know if it's going to start taking over his mind. This is right after the situation with the Death Soarer. So he's afraid it's going to start taking over his mind. In the anime, the Death Soarer's Zoid Core made a connection with Prozen and then took over Prozen's mind in order to manipulate Prozen into rebuilding him. So we say he's afraid because he's heard about this whole thing with Prozen being taken over by the Death Soarer's Zoid Core. But I really want that from the... But I really want an event that big to be happening in a world with that's pushing for total war. Yeah, it's fun. There's going to be some interesting themes. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's get this going. Okay, let's move this line. It's scrambled backwards. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. How is it spelled? Is it Death Sore one word or two words? It's two words. Oh, but it can be one word. Ugh. It could be two words, it could be one word. That's not helpful. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna make it one word. We're pulling from both cannons. We're pulling from the battle story canon. We're pulling from the anime canon. It's kind of a wibbly wobbly mess and kind of just referencing things as I see fit. Ah. Okay, so this is where he's coming to the other side. Actually, let me look that up. Internet, why are you doing this to me? All right, here we go. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Thought there was a thing. Western continent. Mount Olympus. Yeah, that's where that had happened. We're kind of playing hard and fast with the timeline here. Yeah. Playing with the timeline a little bit. Timelines typically very vague unless they have a reason to. You don't always even see a day or night cycle. So in the Zoids battle story, there's this thing called the ZAC. I think it's like the Zoids Advanced Calendar or something, or Z Advanced, some kind of thing. And they release battle stories that have very specific dates on them. So there is, but I am not using the ZAC, the Z calendar. I'm using the ZX calendar, which is my own calendar that is similar to the ZAC, but some things are like wibbly wobbly and like slid around as I need them to. Did a lot, and we never noticed skipping days, so we got to see battles and important moments. Yeah, the anime definitely did that. Here we go. Okay, there it is. 2099. Okay, was where that took place. Age of Fierce War Control Mount Olympus, most strategic base, but the Republic. Oh, there was a retcon in the thing. Okay. Okay, so yeah, they did build it. So it was built on Mount Olympus. Okay. Okay. That's the name of the place. All right, so we're defining what the Death Sword thing is, as we're kind of combining it. Massive monster of a Zoid was excavated and revived. Okay. Monster of a Zoid was excavated and revived before going on a destructive rampage and attacking everyone. Scared, hungry, and feeling hurt and betrayed. It's being rejected. Some part of him reacted to that. He was rejecting someone who was just trying to reach out to form a connection with him. Okay, so we're kind of hinting again at this thing that's happened from his past. And more metal of it, skin of its head. Okay. Alrighty. What's the right word? Not cooed, but The thing is, Scorpo stands 10 feet tall. Main character is like 6 feet something. So like, Scorpo has he can touch the bottom of Scorpo's head. Like he's interacting with this wild Zoid that just hatched, but like it is massive. It is big. Which wild Zoids don't normally get that big, which is why like everything just seems so sus. Okay. Like if it lays down, he can walk up and climb onto it. But like if it's standing up, he can just touch the bottom of its head. Okay. Okay. Let me look up that term. I keep wanting to use the term cooed because I feel like that's like speaking gently, but I don't know if that, I don't want to use it if that's not what I mean. Meaning speak in a soft or gentle voice, in a soft, gentle voice. Okay. That's exactly what he's doing right here. Okay. Okay. Chuckled. Okay. Alright, so he's chuckling at Scorpo. Or Scorpo. Scorpo is just like, okay. Okay. All right. I think we made it through that scene pretty well. All right. Okay. What else is supposed to happen in this scene? Let me go to my timeline. There we go. Cool. Awesome. All right, we're in chapter 3. So next thing, after dealing with the getting Godos out of there, he has to take it to his commander, and then have a meeting with his commander where they assure him that everything's going to be fine. Have him head back to his room. Sends a message to Elizabeth. Doesn't name her as the ex-wife. And then end chapter with him with Scorpo waking him up, warning him of danger. Okay. All right, so let's get rolling. Okay. Okay. Way to explore the lab. Okay. I want him to find someone. Yeah, let's have him find a little old man. Let's find an old married couple. Ooh, that would be a zinger. Finds an old married couple that's just been hiding in the corner. Okay, so we're having this calm conversation. The woman is like just talking. Um Ooh, I could use this as foreshadowing. I want to get this out, but I don't know how to do it without it seeming forced. Oh, no. Okay. Metallic purring giant a giant metal skeleton, not skeleton, scorpion purring and trying to cuddle with him. Oh my gosh, sometimes I just hate having to capitalize things. Okay. Some of this scrap metal before we go. Okay. 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 Cockpit. Hey Autumn, how are you doing? How is your writing coming? It's good to see you. Okay. This is where he's just doing his job while Scorpo is off munching. Munching on the pieces of metal because he's a metal scorpion. How many words are we up to in this chapter? I don't want to go too long, especially after having 2 short chapters. Oh yeah, this is fine. We are. I had a lot of short paragraphs, so we're only at 1,200 words, so we still have like room for another 800 words in this chapter at least. I just didn't want to be super long after having 2 short chapters. That would just feel like too big of a jump. Ederic. Commander Rhetoric. Instead of Frederick, it's Ooh, I like that. Let me put that in the notes. Under Rhetoric. Okay. Okay. $8,225. You say 8,025 words. Really wish. So like they. There we go. 8,025 of 50,000 total words. Need 10K. Oh, so you want to have 10K done right now, but you're only at 8,000. But you know what? Whatever you do, I believe in you. I think that if you put your mind to it, there's nothing you can't do. You're probably doing better than me. Need to hit 10K tonight? Oh no. Well, here's the thing. Even if you don't hit it tonight, you know you can hit it. You can work towards it tomorrow. Like, don't push yourself so hard that you just get burnt out halfway through the month. But it does take some pushing. Like, what am I at? I'm at, like, you're way ahead of me. I'm only at 4,296 words. 93 words. So you're literally twice as far as I am. It was, ironically, like leading a curious child somewhere. Not 3. Okay. Well, over an hour. Special hanger. Hmm. Okay. Okay. seems sad. I don't want to have to say Scorpio seems sad, but okay. Highlighted Godo to the opposite side of the base. Scorpo, not Scopo. Okay. All right. Got this. Okay. So we parked his Godos in the hangar. All right, so that's his first inkling that something is wrong. His first inkling, something's wrong. This something seems fishy, and he doesn't know what's about to happen. Okay, I think that's good. I didn't really talk about what he's wearing, but like it hasn't been relevant. Like I haven't like really dressed down or addressed what the main character looks like because it hasn't been relevant. I didn't want to stop to like describe the character because I was moving through so much. I might introduce some of that in chapter 1, but that's not a now thing. That's a later editing thing. Right now I'm just trying to get words on paper. You can just make a character bio page later that describes how they look and dress. You don't have to plan to find. Yeah. That's true. Could have a bio page. I just like, I guess I could insert it in the first chapter when I introduce the main character of like what he looks like. In stories, a lot of characters never change their clothes, maybe for a reason, possibly because they were never described beyond a single image. Yeah, that's also true, Nabiru. Some food. Of course, it's going to be food motivated again. How many words am I up to for this chapter? I don't want to go too long. Alright. I'm almost to the end of the chapter. Oh yeah, we got plenty of space. Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing fine. And I was worried I wasn't gonna have enough stuff to go through with this chapter, but I think we added some nice stuff to it. Well, I added it, but you all were here for it, so I used the royal we because we're all in this together. Someone he could never forget. Connected to her research, and then if he needed it, he could send her some of her old. Headed to the mess hall. Okay. All right. Ooh. Ah. For the best. This is exactly how I wanted to end the chapter, with him waking up, realizing someone's standing over him, about to kill him. And that's whenever it starts with the whole he has to run. Then we just end with him saying, "Oh crap." All right. That chapter came together really well. I'm probably going to do another chapter after stream. Let me see how many words that was, because that was a long one. 20,000, no, 20,000, 2,071. Which brings me to 50,000, not 50,000, not, I want to be 50,000, 5,090 words so far. So I am 1/10 of the way there. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be real rough. This is gonna be real rough. But yeah, main character wakes up in a start and realizes there's someone, there's a masked person standing over his bed with a knife drawn. That's how he knows. Oh no, gotta run. Gotta run. Okay. Most of this, very little of the actual story takes place in this town. It's just the first few chapters. So that's chapter 3 done. The next up is chapter 4. Next up is chapter 4, which is the start of block 2. And that's going to be, let me check my outline. What's that going to be? Chapter 4 is... Main character shoves off his attacker, ends up using their knife against them as the assassin dies, says you have nowhere to run, and he panics. Grabs his data pad, runs out the barracks, sprints to the hangar, still in pajamas, loads up Godo, follows the mental cries of Scorpo, setting it free. The two of them fight their way out past the confused and surprised guards. And they run out to the wilderness, end with him starting to spiral in a fit of depression and fear, thinking his entire life is over. So it gets really dark. Like, it's kind of funny because, like, he was just having this, like, in this chapter, we had that cute moment where, like, he's walking through the wilderness with Scorpo, and Scorpo keeps stopping to look at pretty flowers and rocks and trees. And so he's like leading this giant metal scorpion that's with the mind of a child through the woods. And then, like, it just goes from like that kind of like happy, like kind of in the moment kind of thing to just being really dark and being like ending with him like here it ends with him waking up and realizing that someone's been sent to kill him. And then it ends, and then next chapter is going to be with him like starting to spiral into depression and anxiety and fear. So it's going to get pretty hard hitting I do still want there to be action. So chapter 4 is going to have some a bit of a fight scene. I want to actually describe him fighting his way out of the base. You know, firing his blasters, doing his stuff to fight his way out of the base. And yeah. Gonna have, and so I want there to be a fight scene. Want to describe it viscerally as he's getting rocked around, shaked around in Godo, and he's just trying. He just has to fight his way out. It'd also be an interesting kind of juxtaposition because, like, up until this point, Godo was seen doing like construction work, rescue work, leading and interacting with. Well, I didn't really have much interactions with Scorpo, but just kind of in the moment. But like then, it's gonna be seeing him as the force of destruction that he can be. And so that'll be interesting. I don't know if my roommate's gonna want to play Yu-Gi-Oh tonight. I am not super feeling that because I want to get ahead on my writing. All right, Silva, thank you for coming. I think that you are amazing and outstanding, and I am so grateful that you were here, and it has been great having you here, Silva. Get to just chatting stream, chatting stuff. Let's look at it this way. I just finished chapter 3. So I have 24 chapters left to write. There are 24 days left. So if I do 1 chapter a day, I should finish my final chapter on the 30th. I definitely want to get ahead, write 2 chapters when I can. Because some days I may just not be feeling it. I may just not be in the zone, you know? And I don't want to be in a point where like I have to write even though it's not coming out well. Let me see. How many words did I write tonight? Tonight I wrote 2050. Well, 2050 words tonight. That was a lot of words. Tonight was a good night. 2000 words. Nice. Okay. Let's see if there's anything cool. All right. Okay. Lots of political stuff happening. Oh my gosh. Why is there so much stuff happening? Ah. Sorry, I got distracted. I was looking to see if there's anything cool happening on Twitter to talk about, but there was just lots of depressing stuff about stuff that's happening. And I'm like, I don't want to engage with that. There's a lot of stuff happening. Ooh, someone posted a picture of Gal Figar. Where's its fist? All right. Someone I follow on Twitter is sharing a story of some wannabe right-wing political activist trying to get a librarian arrested for selling a young adult novel that is about like magicians and gargoyles working together to fight some like great evil demon, and like there are a couple paragraphs in it that like have sexual themes and like make like innuendo and references, but the person is claiming that the book is pornographic in nature, and I'm like, holy cow, why is stuff got to be so crazy? All right. And but yeah, let's see if the board. It's funny, I made an @everyone post when I kept getting the message from reactive images, and I was like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? What we got here? Memes. It's always good meme on. Oh, there's no new memes. Well, at least not on my normal source of meme. All my best. Oh wait, no, here's a new meme. What do we got here? Oh, that's a Final Fantasy 14. Okay. It is 11:11. Time has flown by. We had a good night though. 2,000 words is really good. It's a great start. And gets me back on track. I'm back on schedule. I might do another chapter after stream just to get ahead of schedule, so that way I'm not like falling behind. We'll see. We'll see. Oh gosh, someone's trying Pilk, the Pepsi milk combination. Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, looks like Yahtzee, the voice of Zero Punctuation, resigned from The Escapist. Oh, that's... I haven't watched Yahtzee stuff in a while. I don't... They can't do it without him. All right, let's change up the music a little bit. That's it. Let's see. Any cool memes on the Book of Faces? Yeah, the stream went by real fast. It just flew by. Like, we started on time. And then I started writing at a pretty good time, but it's the thing that because the outline is done, well, outlined, like, and I have like 90% of it outlined of what's going to happen, right? It facilitates like writing very quickly because I can sit down and say, I'm going to write this chapter and this is what the chapter's about. So I have the general idea. I just have to expand it into 2,000 words and put it all together and package it. And I think that really helps being able to do that. And once I got going, I wasn't doing a whole lot of talking, but I was kind of like describing it. We were in the moment with the music, and it was pretty good. I might need to update my playlist. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about music. Like, I send a message to the Lo-Fi Girl website saying, hey, I got a copyright ID thing for using some of your music on my stream. Is it safe to use? Is there something I need to do? Is there some way to get that removed? I'm not monetized right now, but like I am working possibly towards that goal. And I don't want to be in a position where that becomes non-viable. I don't know, with the whole thing with you being allowed to do restream now, I've been debating doing dual stream with Twitch. Doing dual stream, restream with Twitch. To like invite people to do like subscriptions, because I think I'm still an affiliate on Twitch. I haven't checked. But then invite people to do subscriptions and play that whole game. But like, I don't know how that's gonna deal with all the stuff I have going on right now. Like, if I'm playing the Twitch game of actually taking this from a hobby to being something I'm doing seriously, I'm going to need to stream at least 3 times a week. I'm going to have to step up from 2, which means something's going to have to get canceled from my schedule. I'm going to have to cancel something in order to make room to have a third stream in the week. I kept saying that I was going to start waking up earlier and doing streams during the day, but it just never happens. I either get busy with things during the day, or I'm too tired. My sleep schedule just doesn't really make space for it. So, oh. Yeah, that is absolutely where it comes to. Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, there's stuff about the Highlander reboot. Alrighty. I see Trey Watson put out a new. Is that a new video that he was recording with the bird mask? All right, but yeah, we did oh my gosh, it's such a bad meme. Gosh, finding some memes, but they're not worth sharing. What show is this? Disney sequels. What's this a sequel to? Was this Anastasia? Oh, Cinderella 3. I don't know. I keep seeing stuff and I'm like, oh no. Oh, who sent me messages? Oh my gosh. I've been looking at Reddit's anime memes just in memes room on Discord channels I'm in. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it, but like originally my plan was to write this chapter before stream and then play games on stream, right? That was originally my plan. But then I was getting ready to start writing, and then like I was like looking at stuff. I was looking at some Zoids content to try to get, I guess I was trying to get in the right headspace for it. And I found this Zoids content creator, Sir Phobos, who has like a collection of over like 250 Zoids models and tons of like Halo stuff. And there's this huge room dedicated to like Zoids and Halo models, right? And figurines. And he has these D-style Zoids models that are like super deformed with like big heads and tiny bodies being like chibis. And they're super posable and like expressive. So he makes like shorts and skits and stuff for TikTok using them. And I lost like 2 hours of time just watching all of those memes and skits and just going through the skit playlist. Like some of them had been silenced because I guess they use copyrighted music. And some of them just wouldn't play for some reason. But like, oh my gosh, it was like, we talk about looking at memes. That was just like so hilarious to see all of the memes. But it also kind of like made me laugh and got me in the right headspace. It got me in a really good headspace. Yeah, memes are great. Some of them are just really hilarious. I definitely recommend you look up Sir Phobos. Some of those memes are just, you don't have to know Zoids to get the memes. That's one of the things I think that makes them so relatable and so funny, is you don't have, like, you may not know what some of the Zoids models are, but the memes are not Zoid specific, and like you can generally get what's going on, and I think that's why they some of them just got really popular. And apparently Sir Phobos does like Zoids content every day, which is really cool. He did a stream earlier while I was busy with other stuff. But like one of my favorite ones was he used metal. Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. Is Metal Garurumon a Zoid? I don't know. Like, he's a digital entity. But he also has a bunch of fleshy bits. I'd say the defining factor of a Zoid is whether or not they have a Zoid core. But the thing is, the Zoid core is like, it's 80s science fiction, so it's kind of weird. It's a condensation. It's like condensed form of like most of their internal organs. Oh, really? So I'd say if something has a Zoid core, then I would say that would make it a Zoid. It's in my memes. In my memes, let me take a look. That's really good. I like it. It's much wider than the normal wolf Zoids. The wolf Zoids are normally very narrow. And it like lends to this kind of like sleek and efficient aesthetic. But like, this definitely could do that. This definitely works out pretty well. Schneider's sword face. Oh my gosh. The memes. Yes, I saw it. Hold on. What is it? Memes are the DNA of the soul. That's it. Oh my gosh, memes. It's really funny having in my Lancer world, having it be a world with social media, with memes, with like very cringe culture and like celebrity worship and a lot of that stuff. That I think brings a different level of realism and creates some very interesting situations. So one of my players in my Lancer game, their character is known for the fact that whenever they get stressed out, they need to eat sweets, right? So they always keep a pouch with like a lollipop or some kind of sweet on them, right? They're very loath to share their sweets, but like they will always have sweets on them that they will take as they go. And one of the funny jokes I made was that some of the cosplayers who are like cosplaying as this larger than life character that this person has become will whatchamacallit, sometimes just pull out a lollipop mid-conversation and say emergency sweets. And I thought that'd be funny because that is not a phrase that character has ever uttered, which I thought would be really funny because it's like, it's something that like a fandom, represent a fandom growing organically. A fandom has developed the fandom has developed a phrase that is in reference to something the character does, but is not something the character has ever uttered even once. So I thought it was funny, harmless, and just a little bit silly, right? To kind of poke fun at this habit of this character. Well, that player was like, "Oh nope, you didn't tell me about that," because they weren't there whenever I first introduced it. So when I told them about it, they're like, "Oh nope, my character will not be held responsible for whatever they do if they see someone do that. That's not okay." And I'm like, well, yes, I can't do that because I don't want the character to go on a shooting spree. Anywho. Alrighty. One of these days I might go back and watch Loki season 2. I know it's like airing right now. I just don't have the mental space for it. Like, why is the world so messed up? Oh gosh, something happened with Bored Ape Yacht Club. They blinded their users from some event they had with like black lights and lasers. You know, they always say lasers are dangerous. Like, be careful, don't look directly into a laser. So then having a laser light show that actually aims at people is just like dangerous. I hope that, like, as much as I want to be like, well, you know, you shouldn't be in that life, I also, I don't want to wish misfortune on other people. I don't want to say that, like, well, I hope you, you know, I don't want to say, like, I hope you're blinded, or I hope that you have UV radiation stuff because you were being stupid. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. Like, I know some people will be like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like, they shouldn't have been at a show dealing with that kind of stuff, but like there's no way they could have really known that was going to happen. And like I don't think that someone being dumb enough to invest in crypto and into NFTs is a valuable enough reason to like want someone to be like unalived. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, permanently disabled or something. I don't think that that's something I would want to wish on someone as kind of like a threat, because that's just not cool. So like but I hope they all recover. I wouldn't laugh at them. Okay. All right. There's one person I feel like I don't know if I should keep following on Twitter, because they post, like, I follow them because they post really great stuff about Critical Role, right? But they also post a lot of like really politically charged stuff, and like they're like very, very angry left, and like the stuff they post is important, but it's a lot to see that stuff. And it's just I try to do what I can, share what I can, and try to help make this world a better place every step of the way, you know? Anyway, let's wind down for the night. We've had enough of me being silent as I scroll through Twitter and Facebook to find stuff. Oh my gosh. Facebook is showing me a memories picture of myself when I tried to have blue hair. So I bleached my hair years ago, and then I tried dyeing it blue, and it was blue for all of like a week. Like, it was actually only blue for like a few days, but for like the rest of like the week and a half that the blue dye was in my hair, it made like kind of an off gray, pale blue image that made it look like I had a ton of white hair, and it was just really ridiculous. Um, ah. And oh yeah, tomorrow's voting day. Uh, I don't even know. Like, I know I should vote, but like, I haven't been keeping up with any of the stuff that should be voted on. I said I was going to end stream. I said I was going to wind down and end stream, and I got distracted. Goodness gravy, am I terrible? Oh, goodness gravy, am I terrible? So, for those of you who don't know, I like to say positive things about my viewers at the end of the stream. I like to speak positivity and goodness and hope and joy into other people's lives. I believe that it's important for us to say positive things about each other, to each other, and I think that that is a valuable and important thing to do. With that said, I will say to Silva, to Nabiru, I know, to Autumn. Oh, we had another person come in. Did we have another person come in tonight, or was it just Autumn, Nabiru? I think it was just Autumn, Nabiru, and Silva. All right, so to all of you, to anyone who watched the stream and didn't say anything, and to anyone who watches this VOD afterwards, I want to say that I love all of you, and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that each one of you is a truly special, one-of-a-kind, and unique individual, and I believe that you each make this world a better place just by being in it. Thank you for coming to my stream. Thank you for putting your time, for giving me your time, your energy, and your attention. I said that in a weird order. Time, attention, energy, time, energy, attention. Anyway, thank you for coming. And I believe that each of you makes this world a better place by living in it. And I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. Thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for making this community better. Thank you for making my life better. And I hope you always remember the community motto of the Star Hunters: shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always stop to enjoy the memes. One thing I do ask is that you like the stream. It helps the algorithm with pushing it out to other people, and it lets me know what people want and want to see more of. And I'm generally just gonna do what I have fun with, but like, it lets me know what people like. And if you have any friends, neighbors, uncles, aunts, nephews, cousins, brothers, nephews, sisters, aunts, and uncles that you think might enjoy my content, feel free to show them my content or invite them to the next stream. Next stream is going to be Friday, 8:30 p.m. EST. Remember that the time has changed EST, so it's going to, for those of you who are in the rest of the world, it's going to be, I believe, an hour earlier. Yeah, an hour earlier than it was normally, for those of you who are in other parts of the world that do not deal with the madness that is daylight savings time. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing on YouTube, you can subscribe and ding the notification bell to let you know when I go live and when I release any new content. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, you can follow me on X or Twitter and join my Discord. Links to both of those are in the description down below. Now, what I will say about donations is that I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to donate to be welcome here. I never want anyone to feel like they are required to give money to be a part of this community, because that is not true. With that said, if anyone ever feels motivated to donate to improve the stream, to improve my life, to help me out with things and to make things possible for me, I would be very appreciative, and I'm very grateful to everyone who has donated in the past and who may donate in the future that have made so many things possible in my life. I value and treasure each and every one of you for everything that you have done for me. And if you are ever in a financial position where you feel that you can donate and you are ever motivated to donate in order to help improve my life or to do certain things, help me buy things or to help out with the stream, there are links where you can do that down in the description below. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and I cannot wait to see all of you on Friday.